Good morning, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Friday, July 23rd. We will see a quick but pretty strong push of dry and hot air returning to central and eastern Idaho over the weekend. Today we're transitioning into that. We still have a little bit of monsoon moisture over the southeast corner for that area, a few showers and thunderstorms for today. Dry and breezy elsewhere. And because of that, we do have some critical fire weather conditions. Now, there'll be pockets of that across much of central and eastern Idaho. Basically, from Chalice up into Limhi County, Gilmore Summit, more widespread critical fire conditions because of the wind and low humidity combination. That's where we have a red flag warning in effect for this afternoon and this evening. As we warm up over the weekend, by Monday, that'll be our warmest day, and we might see some increasing heat risk issues by then. But by Tuesday, like we said, that monsoon moisture is back and a quick return to a wet and stormy pattern across our area. Now, looking back over the last several days of lightning, a little bit of lightning 4 or 5 days ago, and we picked that back up the next day. But you'll notice at some point when we started getting the big push of monsoon moisture, we had over 600 lightning strikes one day. Then we went back down a couple of days ago to around 200, 230 strikes. A lot of that was because we had a little more cloud cover, but still, these are all cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. This is not including thing from cloud to cloud. And then we picked it up again yesterday afternoon with between 550 and 600 strikes across the area. Now, how is this important? Some of these strikes will produce holdover fires, and what that means is when it gets really hot and dry and a bit breezy after a period of moisture moving in, we get fire starts that hold off a few days before they start. They kind of smolder, they kind of sit there, and when it dries out, that's when things kick up. So not every one of these lightning strikes is going to produce a fire. That's not how that necessarily works, but that just shows we could have an increase in fire starts from storms that have occurred in the past. So looking at the weather and impacts outlook matrix, we continue to watch some breezy conditions across the area. Like I said, we have a red flag warning for portions of Limhi County, also back down towards Mackay and Chalice. It'll be a bit breezy across the Snake Plain and Magic Valleys and South Hills tomorrow for a little bit more of an impact, but otherwise it's hot and dry. And like I said, by Monday, the cumulative effect will be pushing us into maybe some brief excessive heat conditions, and then with the monsoon push coming back in, more showers and thunderstorms returning from Tuesday, and it looks like that's going to continue well into the end of next week and potentially into next weekend. So taking a look at where we're going to see those storms again for today, you'll notice we go in the afternoon basically around Malad, Soda, Bear Lake, maybe over towards Palisades, a few showers and thunderstorms developing. But you'll notice they're pretty much gone by 5, 6 o'clock, and they are out of our hair by then. So it does look like things quickly clear out. And like I said, that's going to be the end of it until we get to next Tuesday. Now, one thing we're trading in for this is with that flow becoming more out of the west. It's been out of the southwest. It's now coming out of the west, and that's pulling a lot of smoke from fires, not only at the surface but aloft from our west. And this will not obviously include any new fire starts, but this is all the smoke from fires that's already in the atmosphere. And that trend will continue all the way through today, and that westerly flow will continue to bring smoke, surges of smoke in here, and this goes all the way through not only the weekend, probably until we get that monsoon push coming back in here by the time we get towards Tuesday. It may be pretty smoky on Tuesday before those storms do develop, but definitely more smoke arriving and likely seeing some air quality issues returning here to our region. Looking at the winds, we talked about it being breezy today. By this afternoon, portions of the Central Mountains seeing some winds around 25 to 35 miles an hour. Also right around 25 to 30 across the Arco Desert into the lava beds across up towards Shoshone. And this evening, the winds taper off a bit in the Central Mountains, but they pick up around 25 to 35 briefly in similar areas, maybe extending over to the I-15 corridor and down to the Snake River and I-86 corridor as well. Today, temperatures not too far off where we've been, even though it's getting drier out there. It's going to take a couple of days to start seeing the temperatures creep up. Some places, 91 in Chalice, looking at low to mid-90s across much of the Snake Plain and Magic Valley and the lower valleys across the South Hills and into the southeast highlands. For tomorrow afternoon, like I said, it'll be a bit breezy again, but you'll notice it's not as strong as today. So seeing some gusts around 20, 25 miles per hour, especially across our central and southern portions of our forecast area. Tomorrow afternoon, just a couple of degrees warmer. We'll finally be pushing back up towards 90 in places like Stanley, Mackay, and Sun Valley. If you're heading into the mountains, higher mountains, it'll be in the 70s and 80s, right around 95, 96 for Shoshone. Sunday, look at Shoshone pushing near 100 degrees, 90 mid to upper 90s across much of the Snake Plain, Magic Valley. Also looking at some mid to upper 90s once you head down towards Malad and Oakley, down towards Malta as well. Chalice in the mid 90s, lower 90s for Stanley, Sun Valley, and Mackay. And Monday, 1 or 2 degrees warmer with some places maybe staying closer, but it does look like some places will also inch up a degree or two. So we might see a few more places pushing at or just above 100 once you get into the Magic Valley over into the Treasure Valley. And then we back off with the cloud cover and the monsoon moisture moving in on Tuesday. Like I said, today it's a transition day. A lot of us, it's going to be dry and breezy. We still have enough moisture for a few storms over the southeast corner. Because of the wind in RH, some places are looking at critical fire conditions. It looks more widespread once you get in that corridor from around Chalice and Mackay on up towards Gilmore Summit this afternoon. Heat risk potentially returning by Monday, but we quickly return to the monsoon moisture flow. The ridge shifts east. Moisture comes back in, and showers and thunderstorms return. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend, and please stay safe out there, everyone.